Hey everybody, welcome to Optic Studios. I'm DJ K-1, Keith Tucker, and this is also Puzzlebox Records. Welcome again to my weekly report on everything I'm doing and everything's going on in the studio and everything dealing with this pandemic and my new journey of getting my music heard and getting back out there and being in control of everything myself with my own music and my label, Puzzlebox Records. I'm still creating new tracks, hoping to get to final arrangements. I have at least 12 that I have completed within probably like the last 2 weeks extra, which I just have to arrange them now. I usually just make the track, make all the music, and I'll come back and arrange it and EQ it and everything. So that's what I have been doing once I finish them, But I will be spending the next 2 weeks arranging them to finalize the songs and stuff. In Puzzlebox Records news, last week I said 22 EPs completed. Now there's 23. So I want to make sure within the next 5-6 years, I got all my music coming out. There won't be anything held back, just a legacy thing. I'm just making sure that my wife knows everything that's related to where to get all the songs from, the masters, and and making sure that my music will be put out. I'm not saying I'm not sick or anything like that, but hey, you never know. Just got to seize the day and go ahead with all the things that I've been wanting to do. On another note, hey, I'm just going to put this out there. Everybody who knows me really well knows that I've always wanted to. My dream is to be into film scoring, sci-fi type movies and stuff. I think my music and a lot of the Detroit techno sound has always been really good for that, and it hasn't really had a chance to do that. But that's my next goal, and there's nothing I can't achieve, nothing I've never tried to do that I haven't achieved. So I know I can do it. I've done everything that I've tried to do. Learned everything out of the books, whatever, videos, I can do it. And I would also like to say, if anyone out there knows anyone who could help me make that happen, or know anyone in the industry for doing soundtracks and getting into putting music in movies, serious inquiries, please email me at puzzlebox@puzzleboxrecords.com. And serious inquiries. Most artists don't do that, but hey, you never know who knows someone who can help you get involved in what you're doing. And I'm going to be showing that a lot more in 2021. Right now, just released, it's coming out July 31st, a repressing of the K-1 Agenda, DBC 0118 on Direct Beat Classics. It's already being shipped to stores all over the world, and pretty much almost already out of them. Will be repressing probably before the release date. And again, for any record stores, wholesalers who want to buy the records, you can contact distribution at DetroitBasedClassics.com. Once again, that's distribution at DetroitBasedClassics.com. I showed you last week the white labels, PBX30. That's the next release on my Puzzlebox Records, which is Alien FM Microchromatic Images. Right now, my new EP on Puzzlebox, which is K-1, is called Modular World. You can pick that up. That's been out for about almost 2 months. Pick it up. It's been repressed and at all the stores. If you're in the local area in Detroit, you can get it from Detroit Threads and a few places around the United States. I have to next week maybe I'll put together a list of where all the music is for my stuff, as well as Direct Beat Classics. This is my 4th week of workouts, and I'm telling you, I feel really good. It's giving me even more energy. Up to 3 miles a day. I'm feeling good. Was a little sore, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it and eating better. And hey, just living life, enjoying life, man. That's what it's all about. I'm doing all the stuff I want to do. I'm happy, and I plan to keep it that way. No drama in my life. I'm not bringing any drama to my life, and I don't got time for drama. Question of the week. One of the questions that came in was, are there any more plans for me to stream any live shows from my studio like I did for the Detroit Electronic Music Festival? I did about a month ago. I streamed the Optic Nerve live show out of my studio. I'll have some news maybe next week for a new show that I'll be streaming out of the studio, and maybe have a special guest play with me to do it right out the studio. We'll be making that happen. And once again, if you have any more questions, please email puzzlebox@puzzleboxrecords.com so I can get your question in next week. Hey, I'm gonna put up post an old picture. I like to do that every week and just post pictures of times when I've done things in the studio and when I first started, seeing how young we were when we were doing what we were doing. Check this picture out. Yeah, we've been around. We did some things. We definitely did some things. I also would like everybody to. A person asked me about this right here in the background. This is a Macintosh SE. This right here, the Macintosh SE. This is my first computer that I did music on. I think I got this computer like 1986. No, it was before we created the name, before Black Tony created the name AUX88 in 1988. It's the first computer that I used. It still works. I still have all the discs below with all the original tracks and stuff. Thing was rock, tank solid, and synced up everything. And I learned so much about electronic music on sequencing on that thing. With no background or learning anything related to music, hey, we just, put our heads to the ground and just did it, man. Just learned how to do it. And that's what was good about coming from Detroit Techno, man, because you can't just throw any tracks together. You have to have some good music, and it took a while to learn it. A long time to learn it. This week I'm going to add something different. I want to talk about some of my influences, some tracks that influenced me. One of the biggest influences for me, it came out in 1983, the Cybotron album that was released called Enter. That's Juan Atkins and Rick Davies. And they also had a third member. He was a guitar player. I can't think of his name right now, but the album was awesome, and that really, I listened to it more than just for dance music. It's just like, wow, I was listening to it for the sounds, like, wow, somebody who made this, and little did I know that the group was from Detroit. And my favorite track off of that album is not what everybody else thinks, Clear, Cosmic Rain Dance, Cosmic Hearts. It's El Salvador. Shout outs this week. I got to give shout outs to my buddy who helped me. This guy literally really helped me get signed to a record label, Anthony Shakir. And I'm glad I was a little worried about him for a little while. I hadn't heard from Shake, and I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. Me, Marty Bonds, and Brian Bonds had him on Skype and was talking to him. This guy literally picked up my tape, out of a trash can and made sure Juan heard it and got it played. And we've been friends and brothers ever since. That's how, same way how I met Marty Bonds, because Marty Bonds worked at Metroplex at the time with Anthony Shakir, man, and we've been friends ever since. But I love you, brother. I know you've been through some struggles, man, and we got your back. I'm always here for you, and I can never thank you enough for helping me get signed and actually pushing me to put out my own record label in 1995. It's like, man, you can do it. I'll show you how. Here's what you need to do. Here's who you need to contact. And he helped me out. I really appreciate that. Anthony Shakir. Next shout out. This guy, Mike Fotis. Man, you know how we feel about you. I mean, you always, anytime we've ever done a show in Detroit, man, Mike Fotis is the man. That's the guy who controls all the sound for the Electronic Music Festival. I mean, when he having big groups like Kraftwerk here or whoever, he controls everything. Mike Fotis makes every artist feel like you are at that level. That's what I always liked about him. Whenever we did our sound checks, so like, man, what do you guys want? What equipment you need? What you need? You got it. You're gonna sound great. He always treated us with respect, and I always admired that. And I didn't want to let him down, and he never let us down. Mike, thank you, man. You were like the best thing that happened for Detroit artists, the festival, and anybody that using you as a sound man, engineer for any show. Thank you, Mike Fotis, man. Love you. Always have mad respect for him. Even if you're down at the festival, this guy's working. He has stopped what he's doing. He's always got time to come speak to you, no matter what's going on. Thank you, Mike Fotis. Also, I was talking to Black Tony this week, and we was just remembering some stuff about when we used to go to Record Time. I got to give a shout out to Jeff, the Don Woodward. Man, Jeff used to work at the record store, man, and we used to go to Buy Ride and Record Time, man, and man, he's the man. He's the man. Thank you, Jeff Woodward. You always support it, and you still support on social media. Thank you so much. Want to send a special shout out to Michael Smith. He's the owner of Detroit Thread Record Stores. Every time we have a new release out, Mike is the first guy to hit you up and say, hey, bring them records in. Mike is a huge supporter, not just of my Puzzlebox stuff, Direct Beat, Classics, AUX88, whatever entities that I'm in. He helps everybody, no matter what label. You go to his store, you're going to have all the merchandise, all the Detroit records. He just supports, and just a beautiful, sweet guy, man. Every time I see him, he's just so respectful and nice. And man, don't ever think we don't appreciate what you do, because I really appreciate what you do. Thank you for promoting our stuff and supporting us and believing in us. Thank you. And this last shout out I want to give out to the man, Mike Hines from Record Time. Everybody remember them days, the heyday of Record Time, man. Mike had everything, man. And Mike, I remember coming to the record store when I first met Mike with my mother. We used to go to the record store when he was on 10 Mile in a little bitty small place. And that's how we first met. He always used to turn me on to all the newest stuff, hip hop, and I would go over check out some used records and stuff. And he was always, man, very professional, nice. Every time I stopped in the store, he'd have a piece of paper. What you got out new? I gotta get it. I'm gonna get it. I gotta figure out where I gotta order it from. Always did that, man. And you know, that's also where the late Mike Huckabee worked at. And Mike Huckabee was very influential and kept that store afloat and ordering and keeping everybody, all the DJs up on all the hottest stuff. So on that note, I'm gonna end this this week with another picture of me and my brother. You know, haven't seen my brother in some years. You know, hopefully we can get in contact with him. You know, I hope everything is okay with you, bro. Love you. Once again, my brother's name is Mark Tucker. If you've seen him, know him, hey, get in contact. You know, we love you, man. We miss you. Hope we can catch up with you. Once again, I know what I've done, what I'm doing, and what I'm going to do. Thank you all for your support. And please wear your mask and be careful with this coronavirus. Thank you so much.